Hi, good evening. Hope you are able to get my voice. Okay. So yesterday, just we discussed about Android definition, then followed by so what are the benefits if you learn this course, and what are the advanced topics which we are going to cover in this sessions we discussed. So today, just first we'll go through detail of the what we are going to discuss in this 45 days. So the first it is a introduction of Android and history. So here we will cover different things. One is what is Android, why, and features. What are the why, how it became an open source. Then versions, because Android has many versions. We'll discuss each version in detail and version wise features. Then after we discussed the Android architecture. So that is what are the steps are there in how it is communicating to the mobile, watch, everything in detail. We'll discuss each and every means how it will communicate with the hardware and software. Everything we'll discuss here in detail of this. So after that, setup. So how to set up a Android environment in our PC or laptop, so that we can discuss in detail here. Then after we'll create a first program. So how to create a program, and what is the structure of the program, and what are the resources, and what are the alternate resources which we are using for this program, that we will discuss in detail. Then followed by XML and XML overview. So we will discuss the advantages and the rules and everything we'll discuss here in detail. So just a minute. So in detail we'll discuss. After that, basic user interface. So that is a different layouts. So using those layouts, we can design our user interface. So that we will discuss in detail here. This how to design this using the relative, linear, table, frame, etc. We'll discuss here. And after that, we'll discuss the common user interface components, like how to create a text on a user interface, and how to create a checkbox, how to create a checkbox, toggle button, seek bar. So these are components here one by one, along with Kotlin code and XML, both combination we'll discuss in detail here. And after that, how to create an forms, like input forms, registration form, other forms, that we will discuss in detail here. This and after those, then we can discuss the components of Android. These components of Android is very important, because if you are aware of these components, then only you can create a minimum basic application. So without knowledge of these 5 components, we cannot create anything on this Android application. So because of that, these 5 are very important, even to create a Android application, or even if you go for the interview also, these 5 components are very important here. This then after here, so the up to this, it's a very basic minimal things are completed. Then after we'll enter into the little bit and advanced topics. So that is adapters, arrays, how to deal with arrays, and how to create a list view like our contacts view, and how to create a grid view like menu, side by side menu options, how to create that, and drop down options, and like Google search, while I'm searching something, it will show hints, like such kind of views here we will discuss in detail. Then after multimedia, how to deal with the media players like video view, audio recording, video recording, and images, how we can deal with these all components, we will discuss here in detail. Then after that, how to get a IMEI number, and how to send SMS, calls, emails, etc. We'll discuss in section. Then after that, connect to Wi-Fi, because nowadays we will see if I in WhatsApp there is option called uh, image download, video download, file download only when you connect to the Wi-Fi. So such kind of conditions, if you want to apply, then this feature can use here to maintain that kind of applications. Then after that, phone status, even though user has kept his phone in silent, but programmatically we can send a vibrate, we can send a ringtone, we can send a silent mode also, that programmatically we can handle, because sometimes some application is very important, but even though if it is silent, just we can, while giving some alert kind of thing, we can give some buzzer kind of thing, so that also we can handle here. Then after Bluetooth, so as I told, Bluetooth, nowadays Bluetooth is very important, because it's nowadays it's connecting to the IoT devices. So how to connect IoT and how to manage that IoT devices, that we will discuss in detail here. And then next to this, intent is the part of that above component. So but that component has, again there are the subcategories. So the subcategories we will discuss here with real-time examples, and in detail we'll discuss here. Then after dialogues, like suddenly I modified something here and I pressed the close button. Then immediately it says that, do you want to close or do you want to save this data? So such kind of alerts here we will handle. So there are various kinds of different alerts. So many alerts like date, time, predefined, like many is there. So those all one by one we'll discuss in detail here. Then after this, activity and service, then followed by broadcast receiver. So these three also the part of the components. So here we'll discuss with examples of that in detail we'll discuss. And after that, last component, that is not this, so that is content providers. So the content providers also one of the component that we will discuss in detail. Then after that, notifications. Nowadays we are receiving many notifications from the many applications like WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail, many more like those. How to handle that notification alerts, we will discuss in detail here. This, so each and every notification, how we are handling that, we will discuss here. So if we discuss up to this concept, you will able to handle minimal application, that is without communicating to the server. You can create a static applications. So you can create a static application, but if you want to create a dynamic application, must ensure this topic is very important, because there is no value for the static applications, because static applications, what are the static applications we are getting? So those are static applications already we are getting on our mobiles. For example, calculator, contacts application, messaging application. So those all are already fixed and predefined features that we are getting from the manufacturers itself. So if you build even again such kind of applications, there is no use for those applications. So because of the reason, must you have the knowledge on a web services to communicate to the server, like Flipkart, Amazon. So if I open Flipkart application today in open page it says that today offers for the laptop, then tomorrow it says that the offers for the mobile, maybe day after tomorrow offers for the shoes. Means why it is updating this content? Because day by day the data is updating from the server side. Server could be in some place, there day by day the data is updating based on the data. Here in a mobile with the same kind of user interface, it is showing the different data. See, for example, even this what we joined in a GoToMeeting, this is also one of the dynamic application, because here we all are the participant. Today we are 5 or 6 members here to join today, and yesterday also some more people are joined. Maybe they were the different people, or they were the same people, like this, that some people will be changed, but the content here, the UI, everything could be the same, but people are changing, like that. It is a so dynamic application. So these dynamic applications, we can say, using the web services, we will design those. So here that we have the different cases. One is the JSON. So first one, which is the using the basic JSON. So using the basic JSON, we can develop this application. Then after retrofit, then volley library. So because just yesterday I already told, so many people are using retrofit. So almost 30-40% of people are using the volley, even though in starting level people are using this JSON async directly. So because of this is the reason we will discuss each with 3 to 4 examples, some these 3 different categories, so that you will get that knowledge on the all areas. So it's easily you can manage with industry. Then after here, the next topic is the data binding. So this is completely the real-time topic. Normally in a basic level we cannot do this, but in advanced level we'll discuss this one. So because the data binding, every company handling with us with the data binding only, they will write the programs. But basic examples which are available in different websites, so there we cannot get with examples of data binding. So because of that, initially we'll discuss few programs basic. Then after that, each and every program we will discuss with the data binding only. Then fragments. So the fragment is nothing but it's a reusability of the user interface. So this reusability of the user interface, we can manage this means if you reuse the user interface, so definitely the data, the application size can be reduced here. So that how to deal that we will see. Then after here, the file sharings, how to share the file different, that we will see. Then SQLite, this is the database which is inbuilt in our Android. So how to create a offline applications, like you can take the example as the WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail, because even though without net also some part of the data is available in your locally. So even though if I'm using the Facebook without net also, I can comment some of the posts which already loaded in my phone. Then once it is connecting to the internet, then that communication should happen to that particular person, but I can do some kind of activity. So such kind of applications, how to build here, with these 2 examples we'll discuss here. This then after, just now I told that retrofit. So retrofit and volley, these 2 are the web services related. Then it follows this, that is a material design. So the material design is the very important here. So this material design, using the material design to make your user interface is an attractive mode, and you easily means if you, for example, my application has 100 features, 100 is working, 100% means 100% application is working, but that application is not understanding by the user, and it's difficult to use, and it does not as the attractive user interface, then no people can use. Even though if my application has 5 features, but UI should be good, and that maybe some of them are not working properly also, the people will show interest to use your application. Because of the reason, nowadays we are using this third party. That third party is also from the Google. So that is a material design. So we can use that material design to make an attractive user interface. Then after this Firebase. So the Firebase is also very important here. This, so using this Firebase, many things are there nowadays. Like for example, my application is in live, but that application is crashed in some version of Android unexpectedly. Then, so we don't know that which phone it is crashed. But if I enabled the Firebase crash analytics on that particular phone, automatically we will get a mail, so and so version, so and so phone is crashed, so because of the so and so reason, then immediately we can fix and we can release the new version. That is one is like that. There is a database is there to send a notification, to build a chat application. So many features are there here to this, so that we can use this. Then after here we can use the Google Maps. So how to create a Google console and Google Maps and Google Places, that how to configure, that we will see here this. Then after that, animations, we can create, how to create an animation, that we will see. Then creation of the ads, and how to manage the ads, how to create the Play Store account, and how to manage this. And some of the new additions, that is security enhancements and runtime permissions. So the runtime permissions are simply, nowadays when we install the applications, it will ask that allow this permission, allow that permission, means allow camera permission, allow contacts permission. So such kind of permissions, how to handle that dynamically, and what is the use of those, we will discuss here this. And so web services, how to check the web services data using the third-party tools called Swagger or Postman. So how to use those tools, that tools related information we will get here. Then after that, GitHub or GitLab to maintain the code repositories. So means how to secure your code using these repositories, that we will discuss in detail here this. And finally the validation, so how to deal with this validations, so that we will this, like age is restricted to this and this is restricted to that, like that we will discuss in detail here this is. So this is overall full summary of our course. So this is a total, as I told, it's a 50 days of course. This we will going to discuss in this. So in this syllabus wise, you have any questions from anyone? A questions? Is material you a part of material design? Yeah, material is a material design only. It's a part of material design only. Okay. Any other questions? Are we going to cover async task? Is it in Kotlin? Async task in Kotlin, it is a async task in Kotlin. I'll show you the process, but it is not supporting now because that async task in Kotlin has deprecated. But I'll show you the way how to do that. Maybe in your company, maybe company have the Java code that you can handle. So because of that, I'll show you the process and coding, but it won't execute in the Kotlin. So any other questions from anyone? Okay, so no more questions. So then we'll see some small parts here. So first I have few questions. So what is application? Anyone? What is application? Application or app? No idea? So you are installing apps in your phones, right? What is that? What is that application or app? Simply, the application is nothing but it's a collection of, so yeah, some purpose alternative website, yeah, collection of features. Simply we can say that's a collection of features. I'm using the calculator. Calculator is a collection of addition, subtraction, multiplication, like that. So like this, in a web terminology we will call it as an application. In mobile terminology we will call it as an app. So either iOS or Android also we covered as the others. But here I have one more question. So now what we are going to deal, that we can say as native development. Native development. And one more word I have, cross platform. Cross platform. Native and cross. So what is the meaning of these two words? Anyone have any idea about these words? Native and cross platform. No idea? So I'll tell you. Native application development is nothing but it can be suitable for a single platform. Single platform. If I develop Android application, that can be suitable in only in Android phones. But if I go with the cross platform, this can be suitable for iOS and Android, both platforms. Then which one is simple? Which one is easy? Which one is good? So this is a lightweight. This is lightweight. Speed. This is lightweight speed, and it can support all functionalities. All functionalities support. All functionality support. All support. It we can get here all functionality support here. So what are the examples for this is Android, iOS. Android and iOS is the examples for this. Then what about this? So Android and iOS. Here it can be compared to native, it should be less speed and a heavy weight, and it cannot support all. It cannot support all functionalities. It cannot support all functionalities. Why? For example, I want to connect with some of the IoT devices, or some I want to go with the integration with some kind of music application like iTunes or any other third-party music application. That is not available on a crash platform, but native I can go. So because of that, it cannot support all like IoT connections or any third-party application. It's still difficult to hear. And for this example, as the Flutter and native Flutter, React JS. So like this nowadays these all are the very, but other also there. This is nowadays Flutter and React JS. Mostly some people are using. So, but why this is not suggestible means minimum features, minimum applications you can go with a class platform, but exact which we have the good application and a heavy kind of application, native development is the suggestible application. So it can support for majority of the cases, majority of the applications. So that is suggestible. For example, I'm taking the one example. I'm developing one calculator application. Let us consider calculator application. So my calculator application has addition, multiplication, subtraction, everything. It has like it has 3 to 4 functionalities. For example, in Android, I'm getting the issue with the subtraction. So then that time I used to use the native code from the Android side and native code from the iOS side. Means I need to write both codes. When it is in Android, you need to execute this. When it is in iOS, you need to execute this. That as a development side, I need to handle. So what happens then? Obviously, the code size will increase. Once the code size is increased, application size will be increased. Once application size is increased, then application could be slow. Then it will affect everywhere. Means once it is affected in one area, obviously it can affect in the entire areas. Because of that is a reason crash platform is not suggestible everywhere. It can be, but only certain cases. For example, small application, the client is not affordable to develop both Android and iOS, then that case you can go with a crash platform, but not all. But if you want to become a cross platform developer, must you should have the knowledge on native Android development and native iOS development. Then only you can fulfill that application 100%. Otherwise, you cannot fulfill 100% of development directly on the crash platform. So that is the reason everyone has start their career with this Android, then iOS, then can go with the crash platform. So this is about the crash platform and native platform difference. So here this we are covering this different things in this. So one by one we can discuss. So with this discussion today, I'm closing the session because from Monday, maybe Monday, some more people will join. So because of the reason, I'm stopping this, and because of tomorrow Ramzan, there is no session for that tomorrow. Again, we will meet on Monday 9 p.m. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll clarify now. Speed in native and crash platform is in context to develop development also. It should be a little bit complex also, crash platform, and also it should be slow compared to native. The event development also little bit slow. Okay, guys, I think you don't have morning batch right now, no. Okay, then we will meet on Monday 9 p.m. Thank you.